Welcome to Canvas Projects, a virtual program offering from the Pflugerville Public Library. I'm Meg Miller, an Adult Services Librarian, here with another fun project geared to ages 12 and up for you to complete. Those who registered through the library calendar can pick up their material supply kits, and for everyone else watching, we hope you give these techniques a try. This month's project is a painted lace canvas. Let's start with a look at the supplies being provided. So this month we were able to use just a jumbo snack bag for our material, because what you have inside is a single round brush, 3 colors of paint, and then our 5x7 canvas panel. The lace for this project has been pre-attached. I used Mod Podge on the canvas itself and then had pre-cut our squares to attach that, and then left it under a little bit of weight so that they hopefully have attached fairly well. You can check your canvas when you get your kit to make sure that all of your edges are kind of down. If you've got some Mod Podge yourself, you can attach any of those. A white school glue would probably work all right as well. This way you can feel it's kind of that cotton lace. Now, our lace was sourced from a very cheap lace curtain, and panels were cut from that. So this is something you could do with any found fabric, or if you're close to us, you may have gone to Austin Creative Reuse and seen some of their fabric scraps and whatnot there. If you find a lace, there's just some cool patterns in these lace. A super up design on this would be if you actually hand tatted your lace to make any specific pattern. So I could see that being like a really cool book thing. But for us today, we're just going to use our acrylic paint and kind of paint out the designs that are on this lace, so that then we have that kind of pop of the lace design there with the paint. So the colors we provided for this month are a yellow ochre. This is all from our shuttle art box. We have a turquoise, a very nice greeny blue, and then I went with a sky blue to kind of keep us in like a very small color window. However, if you've done canvas projects before, you may have additional paint pots that have leftovers from previous months. This is our galaxy painting. I'm not even sure what this one is. I found it deep down under a pile, and it's actually got a little bit of Mod Podge on it. So it was one of those projects that's got kind of a sparkly, and it's got a little bit of gold, which I think I do want to add, so I've pulled that one out. It also has white, which may be a way, if you've got some white paint, maybe a way to kind of clear out some of your edges if you tend to or accidentally paint over an area that you really kind of didn't want to. Each canvas panel is going to be a little bit different because they were cut out of different sections of this lace fabric. Additionally to what you got in the kit, really you could complete this with that. You'll need a little bit of water to clean your brush in between, some paper towels to clean off your brush in between. And if you've got extra brushes because you've done several canvas projects, or you just have extra brushes, you may decide to pull out a brush for each color. That way you can jump in between and really just get in there with those colors. So I'm going to keep a couple of these extra brushes out here with my paints. I haven't covered my work surface, though you certainly could. Really, I think I'll be able to hold this or kind of work onto it. So I'm going to go ahead and open my 3 paint pots and just decide what color and what area I want to start in. And since these are my paint pots from my example, I've got kind of a lot of paint up on my lid, so I'm just going to snag some of that back. And yeah, I do think I'll start with this nice sky blue color. So we've got almost a floral shape, and then this one's more of a medallion with like a sun to it. So actually I think I'm going to paint this outer almost floral edge with this light blue on this one. And really just kind of getting in there with my paint. As this is an open weave, because that fabric is there, you may start painting in one direction and then come back in the other direction. That way you really get in between those areas of the lace where the space is, so you don't have that little pop of the white from underneath. At the same time, you could decide to leave that as like an extra little look too. So let's see. We'll just kind of, hopefully on that one you can see we've got some areas of the white lace still peeking through, but over here I've gone back and we're really just seeing that shape. So personal preference for your particular design. I'm just going to come through with this. And as the material was stretched onto the fabric, it really would have taken on a slightly different shape. So I'm fine with the fact that maybe if this is supposed to be a bit of a floral, some of my curves, like I've still got a big bump here, but over here it looks like I've been stretched out a little bit flatter. Not a problem. Every painting and every project is going to be a little bit different. And that's what makes them wonderful and unique. So yes, this will just be a wonderful, kind of soothing, I hope, paint canvas project where you're able to just pick a piece of the design. So it's almost as if the design has been kind of pre-plotted for you, and you're really here with that color choice for your design. You may find that it is a little difficult for you to see that because the canvas panel itself is white and the lace is white, so it's a little difficult to see where those areas of the design really are. With a project like this, you could paint the canvas panel a color first so that you've got, so here in the design of the lace, there's quite wide width between the stitches. So I would have really seen that canvas panel color underneath. And that's another kind of side way you could do this particular project. Wonderful. And I've just got the half of a medallion up here, so I'm going to be able to add that blue up at the top. And I am kind of connecting here on this medallions or floral as it is, where there's a bit more stitching, and I may have treated those as each an individual, but I'm making it more into a round the medallion completely. So there we've got the start. So I've got our other pieces here and a little bit here, so I'll be able to pop in with those with some other colors. Just going to pop that brush in there. Let's see how this mint looks. Oh, I'm sorry, turquoise. It feels very minty because it's a turquoise on the green side versus a turquoise on the more blue side. Very cool. Such a great color. And I felt that these three colors really kind of worked well together, that darker yellow ochre. As we go through the summer of 2026, several of our projects are going to be in the pastel color ranges, so that will be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to those. Yeah, and so this is such a fun project. Let's jump in with this one, my dried. So you could allow 4 colors to dry in between. I'm going to pop in with this gold. Oh wow, it's been a while since I've opened these. There we are. Nice. All right, so let's come with this gold left over again from a previous project. This is not a color that we sent with this particular project. So I think for this one, I'm going to take on where that area between the designs are and the weave is a little wider. I can see kind of those mainline stitches, and I'm just going to pop those up and really bring that in to, rather than making this where it is several pieces throughout the canvas, that it is all connected by these stitches. And I'm doing that in this gold because I love a shiny color. I love a glitter. If you've done any number of our canvas projects, you may already be aware of that fact. And if we're honest, how many times purple shows up in our color palettes? All right, yeah. Again, as with every month of our Canvas Projects kits, We love seeing how yours comes out and looking at all of the very cool, different creative ways you guys take these ideas that we have and bring to you and really bring them to fruition. That is turning out so cool. Look at that, and the difference here where the two pieces, where it kind of felt a little separate. I do definitely want to leave a fair amount of that white lace unpainted for me personally, because it just reads so beautifully, especially here in the kind of almost fleur-de-lis, although not quite, definitely not a complete shapes that I really like that lace peeking through there. But as I do this part, it is really coming together. I like how this is, and so I would have left this to dry, which I did just because it was my sample piece, and then now I'm coming back through with another color, and I don't have to worry about bumping into my other paint colors. It is just going to be right here, dry as anything, and just pop right on. Alright, I think that really pulled that together so beautifully. Wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. We look forward to next month's Canvas project.